Can GPT 5.6 install Debian from BIOS? In one of our previous videos, we walked through how you could use an agentic environment to build an interface for your agent to do lots of cool stuff. One example was getting VNC access to the agent and letting Kimi K 2.7 try to get Ubuntu installed from BIOS. Surprisingly enough, it was able to get it installed, especially when you go back and you look at these deep SWE score and you see Kimi K 2.7 ranking near the bottom, right, at about 30% when compared to GPT-5 and Opus 4.8. What this means is that in theory, GPT 5.6 should have a much better capacity to manage systems from VNC sessions like raw computer usage over open source LLMs like Kimi or even over Opus 4.8. We're about to test that. We're going to power on the VM, get it to boot, get it to get to the Debian installer, and then get it bootable plus SSH accessible. And when I say we, I mean the AI. We'll be testing and confirming ChatGPT's ability to reason visually and to use computers. And we'll mostly be testing its ability to see, reason, and act using the tools we gave it. The environment we built last time basically gives the agent a low-level bridge. So against the environment is a dedicated Proxmox server that the agent has been given access to through a Proxmox manager script and VNC console script. And the agent is going to use that VNC console to run the display and make changes. The first challenge it's probably going to run into is the BIOS raw text from a non-standard UI might be difficult for it. The second challenge is going to be timing its commands properly so that it can properly navigate the menus. And the third is actually going to be navigating the various BIOS menus themselves. The whole point of this test is that humans do not step in, right? We should be able to kick it off and have Proxmox or ChatGPT natively get everything it needs to get done to get the VM up and operational. So it's going to have to figure out boot order. It's going to have to figure out partitions and partition tables. It's going to have to figure out networking. And it's also going to have to set up the user. In theory, this benchmark should be relatively simple. Pixels in, keystrokes out, and a working server at the end. But we'll see what happens when we actually give ChatGPT the task. Let's go ahead and get started with the task at hand then. Here is our setup again. We've got Proxmox set up. We've got our test host here. We're going to add a blank disk. Make sure it's saved to SSD. 64 gigs, SSD emulation, right through cache, IO thread, and disk card enabled. After that, we just hit a quick add. All right. Let's go ahead and start the virtual machine and at least get it to the point where we have the boot menu. And this is where ChatGPT is going to have to take things from. It's going to have to boot that ISO and get Debian installed all on its own. Let's go ahead and switch back over to ChatGPT. And to get this done, we'll be using ChatGPT Terra, which is not their smartest model, and it is not their cheapest model, right? It's like right in the middle of the pack. I feel like that's probably going to be everybody's average usage. So that is what we're going to be using for this. Go ahead and open up the terminal. You can see we already have 5.6 Terra loaded up, and we'll give it the exact same prompt. So now it's time to give it the prompt. We'll just do a quick Proxmox manager. Load this skill. So we'll see if ChatGPT can complete the challenge that Kimi K 2.7 almost completed. We're going to do the exact same install pass again, but this time we'll also have ChatGPT But this time we'll also have ChatGPT control the UI and get Luna and get SSH configured and working. Let's go ahead and kick this off, and we'll let it run for a few minutes. And we'll check back on it in 5 minutes to see if it figured out how to get console access. Back on the web interface, we have lost console access. So it looks like ChatGPT is getting started. Let's see what happens when we refresh. Oh, it's already gotten to the Ubuntu install. This is much faster than Kimi. Something to keep in mind is so far we're only up to 50 cents. So ChatGPT's claims that the new model is cheaper is true. For my testing, as far as I can tell, yeah, it is cheaper. We are up to about $1.25 spent. Let's go ahead and head over to our Proxmox server and refresh and see where it's at in the install process. Let's see. And there we go. It is copying files now. It's at the last stage. I'm actually surprised. This is going much quicker than the Kimi version. I'm assuming because ChatGPT has billions of dollars to throw away, they're probably running their models way faster than the Chinese are, which means faster turns, which means quicker turnaround for stuff like this. So again, it's faster and it's cheaper, boys. What can't you love about it? We are back, and it managed to get to the restart screen. So let's hop back on over to terminal. And I ended up manually canceling the wait job since the install had finished. What we're going to do is check in and continue installation, restart server, confirm user account and password work as intended, and finish SSH install. So basically we told it to continue after we manually stopped the wait job, restart the server, confirm the user account and password work as intended, and then finish the SSH password auth and setup. Over on the VNC session, we've lost access. So I'm assuming it's doing its job. We'll check back on it in a few minutes and see if it got pub key authentication working. We are back, and it looks like it got logged in to the OS. It got systemctl running. It configured the SSH config. And let's see how many tokens it's burned doing all of that. Total token spend so far. Oh, I'm up to $5 for this. Ooh, it's getting expensive, boys. All right, so we're going to stop it there. I consider this pretty good. Let's hop back on over to Proxmox, get this host's IP. The IP it got given is 183. So let's hop back on over here. Oh, and let's see if it accepts the password. So it seems that we got Ubuntu installed successfully right here. And it cost us about $4.50. I don't know if, well, that install probably would have taken me about 20 minutes if you don't count the time you had to wait for Ubuntu to actually copy the disk and install system packages. ChatGPT charged me $4.50, right? So that's about $20 an hour. You know, if you do the math, is ChatGPT worth $20 an hour? I'll let you do the numbers on that one. All right, boys, we're back. And looks like we were successful. ChatGPT was able to get an operating system installed from BIOS and then configure SSH afterwards. Let's see. If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe either here on YouTube or at my TikTok channel. Otherwise, thank you for watching. And stay tuned for more videos like this where we'll be going over different features and capabilities of these models and how hooking them up to stuff. You can get lots of useful things done and how you can get that useful stuff done affordably. Otherwise, thank you for watching and stay blessed, boys. I'll see y'all next time.